Welcome to the 5 at 5. I have just about recovered from the madness that was yesterday. So let's get started with my 5 at 5. But if your team is 5 points clear of the top of the English Premier League, hit that like button right now. Let's get into my 5 at 5. Number 1, Aaron Ramsdale. I have to speak about him. I wanted it to make it my number 1 because who's getting all the credit out of yesterday? Clearly the people that scored the goals, got the assists, etc., and rightly so. But when he made that save in the 19th minute, when we were 1-0 down, I said to the people around me at that moment in time, if we make a comeback from today and win the game, it will be the goal scorers that get all the credit and people will forget about that Aaron Ramsdale moment. And given the Reiss Nelson heroics, he should get all the credit, don't get me wrong, but it feels like people have forgotten about Aaron Ramsdale's incredible save in the 19th minute. If it wasn't for that save, not sure we would have won the game. And do you know what the amazing thing about that save was? There was no higher XG for any chance in the entire game than from that save that he made. Which was just a ridiculous save, unbelievably brave. The XG on that was 0.62. The other goals, there was Bournemouth's were 0.55, 0.44, and Arsenal's was a 0.55 for Thomas Partey. Reiss Nelson's winner was only 0.04, and Ben White's was a 0.05. So it's crazy to me that all of those go in, but a gilt-edged chance like that Bournemouth had to make it 2-0 and really sucker punch Arsenal, which they did anyway, that was an unbelievably good chance. And Aaron Ramsdale, my God, what a save, what a hero. I was in the North Bank, we were right behind it, and we made absolutely sure that Aaron Ramsdale got fully appreciated. The entire North Bank was chanting his chant, singing England's number 1, and so much so that Aaron Ramsdale couldn't ignore it. He clapped the fans. He knew how much we appreciated that, and thankfully he kept us in the game in that moment. Not just that, remember, against Villa at 2-2, the save from Leon Bailey. He's done it repeatedly this season, an unbelievably big moment, and the sort of moments you need from your goalkeeper to keep you in contention in matches when you're chasing a title. Aaron Ramsdale, you're a hero. Number 2, and look at this from Bournemouth right from kickoff. This was obviously a massively planned move from them. You've got 7 players on the halfway line, and you can see 3 players have already started their sprint, and they're the 3 players that combined for the goal, the cross, the dummy, the finish. So this was very much a intentional move on Arsenal, and clearly we didn't deal with it very well. Zinchenko backed off and backed off and backed off. Gabriel missed the cross when it came in. Saliba was a bit lax on his marking. It was pretty awful. But what was interesting was that after the game, Mikel Arteta actually said, we conceded from a routine we knew they could do. Even though we had planned for it, it still caught us cold. We better not make a mistake like that again this season. In a way, our only saving grace was that they scored so early. Had it been a goal that we conceded at the start of the second half potentially, and then they go and make it 2-0 after that, it might have been a bit more difficult. But it set the tone for the game that we are just going to batter you, and that's what we saw with over 80% possession. But very intentional from Bournemouth, and something Arsenal make sure we need to learn. Number 3, silk and steel. The reason I want to talk about this is because to win a title, you're not going to do it only one way, especially when you get to the crunch end of a season. Some teams absolutely fighting for their lives, and we're already starting to see that. We saw Everton take points against us. Bournemouth has just given us a really, really difficult game, and on a different day we go and trounce Everton, and in the same game against Bournemouth, after going 2-0 down, we come back 3-2. In this league, if you want to win it, you've got to show silk and steel. And in our last game against Everton, we showed absolute silk. Easy 4-0 win, played some brilliant football, but against Villa, we showed some real steel, determination, resilience to come back. And that's again what we showed against Bournemouth. After going 2-0 down, you wouldn't have been surprised if the belief goes out of the team. But you saw players like Martin Odegaard geeing the crowd up, Zinchenko urging the crowd to make more noise, the crowd responding, and all of us in that stadium showing that steel, and especially the players and the manager making tough decisions. And I'll talk about Arteta and his substitutions afterwards. But Arsenal have proved to me so far this season that not only can we show that silk and win comfortably and win with beautiful football, but we can also show that steel. We've shown it against Villa recently. We've shown it against Bournemouth yesterday. And the silk we showed against Everton, we showed against Brighton, against Forest, against Tottenham. Arsenal have got both of those things that you desperately need to win a title, and we're proving it week after week. So let me ask you this, and let me know in the comments below. Do you believe now that Arsenal can win the title, or do you still have some doubts? Let me know in the comments below. Reiss Nelson. Well, I just had to speak about him, even though I spoke about him in the match review yesterday. It's just a performance that was out of this world, won us the game. 21 minutes, 23 touches, 100% successful dribbles, 100% shot accuracy, 1 goal, 1 assist. He was just absolutely immense. 2 recoveries. I mean, honestly, you just can't speak more highly of Reiss Nelson as a professional to not have played for so long to come in and perform this well. And he did the same thing earlier on this season against Nottingham Forest, where he scored 2 second-half goals in the space of 3 minutes after not expecting to even feature at all. You can imagine mentally, Reiss Nelson would have turned up for this match day like many others, not expecting to get on. But he did, and my God, he made it count. And one thing I really, really loved was that you saw from the stuff that was shared on social media, it was so obvious how happy the other Arsenal players were for him. You don't see this every week, where a player does really well and players are so clearly buzzing for him. But Reiss Nelson is very clearly a popular person around the team, because the way people reacted to him, you could tell people were over the moon for him. No less than Emile Smith-Rowe, who also came back in this game and got an assist. But clearly the star of the show, Reiss Nelson, deserves all the plaudits, all the credits. So happy for him, and I hope he gets more minutes to prove himself and hopefully bag a new contract at Arsenal and do this for us more often. Reiss Nelson. Well, Mikel Arteta's substitutions. He deserves so much credit, because clearly the Trossard sub was forced on him when he bought an Emile Smith-Rowe, but from the subs that he made, he got 4 goal involvements. From that first sub, Trossard for Smith-Rowe, Emile Smith-Rowe gets the assist that kicks off the comeback. A really good header, and put it into a really dangerous area just to maximize the chance of someone getting on the end of it and having a really good opportunity. Brilliant play from Smith-Rowe. And then he had to take the brave decision to take off Tomiyasu for Ben White. And clearly Tomiyasu is not going to be thrilled about it, but Arteta knew he had to be decisive, ruthless, and do what the team needed. And Ben White rewarded him with a goal, another brilliant sub. And then he probably made the hardest sub that he had to make in terms of taking off Smith-Rowe, who had already come on as a sub for Reiss Nelson, and then the rest was history. But how many times in Premier League history has a substitute come on for another substitute and then gone on to score the winner? If anyone can come up with a time that's ever happened before, put it in the comments below. And even if you can, how many times has a sub come on for another sub and got an assist and a winner, especially in injury time when you're 2-0 down? Just crazy. His substitutions are what changed the game. That's what delivered Arsenal those unbelievably important 3 points. And Mikel Arteta deserves an awful lot of credit for those subs. Well done, Mikel. That's what title winners need. A little bit of luck, the right decisions, and a bit of ruthlessness. Well, thank you for watching the 5 at 5. There were so many things that I could have spoken about today, but I had to pick 5. If there's anything that you think I've missed, put it in the comments below. And also, from the last video that I did, I had a giveaway. And I was giving away this card holder and keychain, but the person who won that didn't reach out to me. So it's back on the agenda. If you want to be with a chance of winning this giveaway, just comment in the comments below. It doesn't matter what you write, put something in the comments below. If it's laughing at Tottenham for being beaten by Wolves, it can be that. If it's 5 points for Arsenal being clear at the top of the league, it can be that. but I'll give this away to someone in the comments. So keep your eyes peeled if you do enter. Clearly, if the first person gets back to me, I'm going to have to give it to him. But you're in with a shot. Take care. See you next time.